Where are you trying to start from, Magic? Bottom up. Okay. Cool with me. Alright. Well, I barely know.
League of Legends, Navi, Counter-Strike, T1, League of Legends, Team Liquid, Dota 2. So,
I do not know any of these teams like that, so I'm gonna just go with T1.
And I actually have to log in real quick.
That's actually what I was doing earlier. I'm choosing T1 chat because I've heard that they've pulled off some really crazy stuff this year, and it's like the only team that I really heard about. So yeah.
So the only teams I see with championship things is T1 and Team Liquid. So those two are the options, and I don't know anything about them, but it looks like T1 got that guy Faker who was trending a lot.
I heard about Faker, yeah.
I'm going with the low king. Going T1. All right. And now previous.
All right.
Is best esports athlete. Go ahead, take it away there, Loaf.
You have 33, Netta Chopra.
Bay X8 Pretty. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Magic Kingdom. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Alexi Viorlien. I apologize for butchering your name. That Chovy Jeong Jihoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Faker Lee Sang Hiat.
Yep, I'm glad you got this set of stuff to read and not me.
Ziwu Matthew Herbout, I think. And ZMJJKK Zhang Yang Kang. Lord, I'm just gonna choose Faker, man.
Yeah, the only one I've ever even heard of out of this list is Faker. I don't really follow esports stuff like that if it's not fighting game related.
I don't know any of them.
Go to the previous. So next, best esports game, or the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform. Counter-Strike 2 by Valve, Dota 2 by Valve, League of Legends Riot Games, Mobile Legends Bang Bang by Moontown, and Valorant also by Riot Games.
2 Riot games and 2 Valve games.
So I played Valorant. I like Valorant, but I know
like
the biggest esports games are the 3 on the left.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna
Dota and League of Legends.
I'm just gonna say League of Legends. Like, it's constantly like it's blowing up, and on top of that, I think the hype of like the show also might have brought in even more people into the esports game for League of Legends. So I'm gonna say League.
Yeah, I don't know the support League of Legends get or any of these games get, so I'm just gonna say Counter-Strike, just because Counter-Strike would be the game I would play out of those 3 if I was gonna play one.
That's fair.
Okay. In previous, go ahead, take it away. Take it away, Lo.
It's always me, man. All right. Content Creator of the Year for a streamer or content creators who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2024. You got Queso, Iljuan or Ilhan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer, and Usada Pekoro. Now, let me just say this right now. I do not know any of these people like that because I don't watch them like that. But I've heard a typical gamer, and he seems like he's all right. But Queso has been blowing up a lot. I have been seeing a lot of clips and stuff, and apparently he's been doing really huge things. All that said, USADA Pekaro, I think it's just gonna win straight off of.
And now who we think is gonna win is probably gonna be her, just because VTuber got the cute avatar. Who I feel like, like I said, like Sean said, I don't watch any of these motherfuckers. So
I'm gonna give it to Queso though.
Yeah, just off of clips I've seen, just on Twitter and everything, Queso is the one I've seen the most clips of. He's hilarious. I'm all about funny.
Yeah, same here.
All about funny. So that's what we going with. We going with Queso. All right, most anticipated game. Now this is a good one.
Yeah, this is really good.
Recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. I don't like that description for most anticipated game at all.
I don't either.
That's the only reason Death Stranding 2 is on this goddamn list, because of that description. Because there's no way you're telling me that a bunch of people is really like waiting for Death Stranding 2.
But wait, you gotta name the games, Joe.
All right, okay. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Kojima Productions /SIE. Ghost of Yote, Sucker Punch Productions /SIE, which is Sony Interactive Entertainment. Grand Theft Auto 6, Rockstar Games. Metroid Prime 4, Beyond, Retro Studios /Nintendo. Monster Hunter Wilds, Capcom. Now, we know Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna win.
Yes, we
know that. But for me personally, Monster Hunter Wilds would be my pick for my most anticipated game.
It's gonna seem cliche, but for me, it's actually Metroid Prime 4.
I can understand that, but I like.
Y'all are gonna hate me, but I'm actually looking forward to Death Stranding.
Okay, the one guy. We had the one guy who this game is on this list for.
Hey, if your anticipation's there, John, I mean, I'll say that. I'll say this much: if Kojima is really gonna like add like more action to it, for the like he said he did, because he realized
the game fun this time,
it could actually really be a good sequel. It can pull a lot more people, and I truly believe that
it absolutely could be a good sequel. It absolutely could. People waiting on it. And the only way I can see it, people waiting on it, is that literally it's just because Kojima.
That too.
That's it. You can't say but Monster Hunter Wilds gets my vote.
I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds, but if I had to be honest, it's definitely Metroid Prime for me. Ghost of Yote. I enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima, but I don't know. It kind of got dull for me after a while, towards like halfway through, or no, not halfway through, maybe like a little halfway over.
Me too.
Like at a certain point, I was just like, I'm kind of ready to finish this.
Yeah, like these three, I am going to play for sure. Monster Hunter Wilds, Metroid Prime 4, Ghost of Yote. I've never been a Grand Theft Auto guy. I just haven't. Just not what I like to do.
Yeah, if anything, y'all can expect me to play that more than Magic.
And Death Stranding,
me too.
I had to do a complete 180 from what the fuck the first game was for me to even think about playing Death Stranding 2. You may catch the Loaf King playing it. It'd be some shit have to change drastically for me to.
I need to see something. I need to see something that's gonna make me want to do it. In all honesty, I do think that if they do change it up more though to fit more the things that I'm looking for, just in general, that would make it fun for me, I would definitely obviously play it. But as it stands right now, I'm just trying to anticipating. Crazy ass trailer as usual though.
Now, previous and best adaptation. This is once again The categories are working out perfectly for who gets to read what.
So we got Arcane, Riot, Forte, and Netflix. We got Fallout, Bethesda, Kilter Films, Amazon, MGM Studios. Wait, MGM Studios, really? Sega. Knuckles, Sega / Paramount. Like a Dragon, Yakuza, Sega, Amazon, MGM Studios. Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, Crystal Dynamics, Legendary, Netflix. Okay. So, I just want to name out a very interesting thing. Two of these things are from the same company, and both of them suck.
You can look at the people who made them at the below and figure out which ones they are.
It sucks, man.
Like a Dragon, Yakuza. And this.
So I don't know too much about Like a Dragon, Yakuza, but I've heard that it was terrible, immensely terrible.
I could imagine it being bad because Yakuza is all about being wacky and wild, and I don't know how you're gonna make. It would be a wild thing to make that into a show. All the random shit that happens in Yakuza games, to make that into a show that makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially if they were trying to make it serious, in which case that's not Yakuza. It ain't that serious.
As for the Knuckles show, the first 20 minutes is all you need to watch, and then you're good.
All right. So for me, I have not watched Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. I want to. I'm probably going to at some point in the future. I've seen some of Arcane. What Arcane did was really good from what I've seen. For me, the answer is Fallout. I loved it. I am biased because I'm a big Fallout fan, but it was everything I wanted the show to be.
Tomb Raider, I do also want to watch it. I've heard people say that it wasn't that good, but I still want to kind of see it for myself. But it seemed like it, for me, it seems like it's like on the same level as like some of the other original animated shows that Netflix has done with other companies. Decent at the very least, at least from the clips I've seen. As for Fallout, I'm not the biggest Fallout person personally for this, but I've experienced a little bit of Fallout as a whole through many different games, be it Fallout 76, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, and I also played Fallout 76. I enjoyed what they did here with the Fallout show a lot, but if I'm going off of my own interests, I think Arcane has this. It's been a banger every episode that I've seen, and season 2 just recently came out, and it's even better than the last season. I don't know how they did it, but they managed to make it even better than the last season. I'm like glued to the screen whenever I watch an episode of this. So yeah, for me it's gonna be Arcane. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Fallout won also.
Yeah, I think we can both agree that one of these two should win.
Correct.
I could lean towards thinking Arcane will win because it did just get to season 2 and it is the talk of the town right now. And Fallout came out way earlier in the year.
But Fallout was really good too.
I'm kind of curious as to why the Penguin's not on the list, but maybe they just consider that more comic and not game adaptation, because Batman's more of a comic character, not a video game character.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they were going with. Because I could definitely see Penguin be on here.
Yeah.
Participating in this, but I understand why they might not want to do it.
Now back to previous. Oh man, this thing just works out. Best multiplayer for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massive multiplayer experience, irrespective of game genre or platform.
We got Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Treyarch Raven, Activision's Xbox. Helldivers 2, Arrowhead Game Studios, SAIE. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo. Nintendo. What?
I don't know why they put Nintendo Cube / Nintendo.
That threw me for a loop.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Tekken 8, Bandai Namco, and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2.
Y'all know Call of Duty's not winning. Let's get that shit out of here. That's not winning.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about this Call of Duty, but at the same time, I don't know. Is the casual demographic gonna be like on here choosing Call of Duty? Chances are no. They're probably just busy playing Call of Duty, so they're not really caring about the Game Awards like that. They got their game, so there's nothing really that they need to be looking at. But if the casual audience out there was watching and taking a look at this, I could see how Call of Duty could possibly win. I just don't think it's as likely as the other games here. But go ahead.
Yeah, selfishly, I want Tekken 8 to win because I played the shit out of Tekken 8. Love Tekken 8. Selfishly, I want Tekken 8 to win. Realistically, I think Helldivers 2 is going to win.
I was going to say Helldivers as well.
I think so as well.
Like that, when that shit was hot, that shit was hot. It fell off kind of hard when it fell off, but it was hot when it was hot.
It was. You couldn't look anywhere without someone quoting Helldivers 2. America, fuck yeah, basically. But I mean, you could say the same thing a little bit with Warhammer as well, but Warhammer did kind of die a little bit faster in terms of
I don't think it got to the peak that Helldivers did.
Yeah, but it did also do good. So if we had to choose,
I mean, I'm picking Tekken 8. That's what I want, but I think Helldivers 2 is going to win.
I think Helldivers 2 is going to win, and I'm actually going to choose Helldivers 2. I think Mario Party is a good game as well, but I don't know. When I think multiplayer, best multiplayer, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I guess it's kind of like there's a limitation to how many options of how exactly you could play Mario Party compared to like, I don't know. I'm probably not sounding right. Helldivers 2, I feel like there's more intricate designs around the multiplayer compared to Mario Party, because Mario Party, you can really play that one by itself, really. But Helldivers 2, you kind of need people.
You can play it by yourself.
You can play it by yourself, but you really do kind of need people to like be playing that game.
Yeah.
Same thing. Well, Call of Duty, it's like known for its multiplayer. Warhammer, it's another one of those games where I think this Warhammer, you could get away with it more with playing by yourself. Tekken 8, you could also get away with playing it more by yourself, in my opinion. And I guess that's the way that my mind's working with it. So I'm choosing Helldivers. Previous.
So now we're at best sports / racing.
For best traditional
and non-traditional sports and racing game. F1 24, Codemasters / EA Sports. EA Sports FC 25, which is football club, I'm guessing. EA Vancouver / EA Romania / EA Sports. NBA 2K25, Visual Console / 2K. Top Spin 2K25, Hacker 13 / 2K. WWE 2K24, Visual Console / 2K. I didn't play any of them. I'm just going to vote for WWE because WWE.
That's understandable.
Now I'm never going to vote for a fucking tennis game unless there's some wild shit in that tennis game.
I heard Top Spin was actually pretty good, though.
Yeah, I used to play. I played Top Spin back in the day, but that was back in the day.
Back in the day, this is I mean, like, in all pure honesty, chat, I don't really be playing sports games like that at all anymore. And as for the racing game that they chose here, I don't care for it at all. That said, I don't really have anything I can say on this. I feel like I honestly should have vote for
vote and move fast. Move on.
I guess I'll give it to. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Top Spin. Can't be supporting the shenanigans of 2K, NBA 2K, but
BC.
Top Spin, I'll give it to them.
Okay. Previous.
Best sim and strategy. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. So we got Age of Mythology Retold by World's Edge Forgotten Empires Xbox Game Studios. We got Frostpunk 2. We got 11-bit Studios, sorry. Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess. Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess by Capcom. I actually played this one. Manor Lords, Salvic Magic / Hooded Horse, and Unicorn Overlord, Vanillaware / Sega / Atlas.
I heard that Unicorn Overlord was pretty good.
I did too recently. I recently heard that. Man. All right, so out of all these games, I only played Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess. I enjoyed what I played, but does it match up to the other games? I'm not really sure. I guess
I more so trust Atlas with these type of games than the other companies, just because I haven't heard of them. I can't really say anything bad about them except for Capcom. Like Capcom making a sim/strategy game, like word.
The last time I looked at the gameplay of this Unicorn Overlord thing was during one of Nintendo's directs. It looked interesting. I know that it's not really the best reasoning, but chat, that's all I can really go off of.
That's all we got. Yeah, we're not the sim/strategy guys.
Put it this way, I'm choosing Unicorn Overlord over Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess purely off of what I experienced with that game, and I feel like in some ways Unicorn Overlord will surpass what I've experienced with Path of the Goddess. So that's my reasoning right there.
All right, best family. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Nominees are Astrobot Team Asobi /SIE, Princess Peach Showtime, Good Feel /Nintendo, Super Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Cube /Nintendo, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom Grezzo /Nintendo, The Plucky Squire All Possible Features /Devolver. And I think you played all of these games.
All of them except for Plucky Squire, but I did watch a lot of gameplay of Plucky Squire.
So I'm gonna defer to Loaf's knowledge on this one, and I'm gonna vote for whatever he votes for.
So, all right, Astrobot is a really fun game. I enjoyed it. I think that it's great for casual play as well, and it also has a little of the competitive, not competitive, challenging aspects that you can mess around with. If you was to try to collect everything, it's a very fun collectathon. I don't know necessarily though if I would say it's a family game that I would see people playing. Princess Peach Showtime, I think that once again, this is a scenario where I didn't really think Princess Peach Showtime was all that great. It was kind of boring, in all honesty. That said, I think this is more fitting for single play, honestly, overall. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I've been enjoying the heck out of that game. The fun aspect for this one is seeing how other people go about handling puzzles and situations. I think that with a family, there's a lot of ideas that could spur, but at the same time, it's not really something that would linger that long with a family setting in terms of playing games. So I'm not really gonna go for that one. And Plucky Squire, it's basically the same scenario as Legend of Zelda, even less so though, because it's not like different ways you could go about doing stuff. It's more so it has a set linear path. So yeah. So obviously I didn't say Super Mario Party Jamboree because I'm choosing Super Mario Party Jamboree. I feel like it's the best fitting one. Anyone of all ages could play Mario Party, and you could all play it together and possibly even help the other person if they don't know how to play it. And there's just a lot of different mini game modes that you could play instead of having to do the board game modes. I feel like they have enough settings available that makes it accessible for all ages. So I choose Mario Party Jamboree.
Les.
All right, Joe. Perfect.
All right.
Best fighting for the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. We have Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Spike Chunsoft / Bandai Namco, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Ryzen, Arc System Works, Cygames, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Capcom, Multiversus Player First Games / WB Games, and Tekken 8 Bandai Namco. 2 Bandai Namco games.
Okay, so first off, I played all of these. I'm about to go on a little bit of a rant for a second.
Go ahead.
I don't like that Multiversus is here. And this will tie into something else later on. We'll have another discussion about another thing later on. But Multiversus was nominated for Best Fighting Game before, when it was in beta / pre-release. So before it was actually released as a game, it was already nominated. I think it won as well. So the fact that it could possibly win again is kind of crazy to me when the first time it won, it wasn't released. Like Street Fighter 6 had a beta, that wasn't nominated for Best Fighting. Tekken 8 had a beta, it wasn't nominated for Best Fighting. So Multiversus just being in there is kind of weird for me. Either way, it's not fucking winning, but yeah. It's just being in there again when it was already nominated, but it was in there, but it was nominated when it wasn't even out yet. Is kind of just wild. It
kind of feels hypocritical for me to say, but I do feel like Multiversus is taking up a space for another fighting game that could go in there. But funny enough, I can't think of what other fighting game I'm thinking of that could also take that spot.
Like Under Night, and I forgot what it's called. New Under Night game came out.
Oh, Melty Under Night or
no, Melty Blood is a different thing. But Under Night, it's like Unist. I think it's Unist. I forgot what the actual end title was, but it's but a new Under Night game came out.
Okay.
So that, and then Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Great, I love it. I have so much fun. I still play it today. It's weird that that's in here because it's not really new games. It's just classic games just in a package. So
yeah,
it's weird that it's in here, but I take it because it is a really good game. Like I said, have so much fun with it, but it's not really a new game. I think there should be a different category for like classics like that get preserved.
Oh yeah, there should be a couple of new categories, but we'll get into that later.
More later. Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising. It's fun. Like, it's a fun game. It's not as complicated as the other two, the next two on the list, but it's a fun game. It's got support, it's getting, DLCs, new character, 2Bs in it, things like that. Fun game. Sparking Zero is a really fun single player game. Multiplayer online, it's trash.
It is.
Like, it's trash. It is not because that type of game was just not designed to be played online. Like, sometimes your things didn't work. I don't know if they patched that out now, but at first, if you had a different fighting style, sometimes you just could not use some of your moves. Or in my case, I couldn't swap characters. Couldn't transform. The game is a really good game still if you're not online. If you're online, no. Tekken 8, I love Tekken 8. Tekken 8 was good online, offline, had great story mode, had plenty of things to do online as well. You got Tekken Ball, my fault. The jukebox, you can change it. Like, I love everything about Tekken 8. I love it. I was waiting for a long time, over 10 years for Tekken 8 to come out since the release of Tekken 7. It's out. It did its damn thing. I love it.
I just thought of a game that could have replaced Multiverses, and that's Rivals of Ether 2. They actually came out with a second game this year, not too long ago, actually, like 2 months ago, I think, and it's been getting decent reviews. That definitely could have taken Multiverses' spot. It's an actual new game. But in terms of what we're choosing here and what Matic is saying, I agree also. I was already locked on it, but Tekken 8 it seems like the best choice here. I do enjoy Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but it does have a lot of issues, and playing online is one of the biggest ones that it has going for it. And it's actually dying by a lot in terms of the people that are playing it. It is dropped immensely, like very quickly. So yeah, that said, I'm not harping on the game. It is still fun for what it is, just a casual fun game. And Tekken 8, I was actually going pretty deep, and I was trying to really become this is probably the most effort I put into trying to get good in a Tekken game in recent years. Last one was Tekken Tag 2. So I think that speaks volumes to how I see Tekken 8 as a whole. So yeah, that's my choice as well.
Previous, we're on Best RPG now. For the best game design with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. You got Dragon's Dogma 2, Capcom. You got Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, FromSoft / Bandai Namco. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Square Enix. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Ryuga Gotoku Studio / Sega. And then you got Metaphor ReFantazio, Studio Zero / Atlas / Sega. For me, it might just be a me thing, but I never consider like Elden Ring and Lies of P and games of that nature as RPGs. They are more action adventure games or
action RPG maybe.
Action RPG maybe, but yeah, I just don't consider them RPG like I would consider Metaphor an RPG. So, like, for me, in this category, Metaphor would get my vote. Played a little bit of Dragon's Dogma, the beta. Like, it's fine for what it is. I'm not a huge fan of it. I absolutely love Final Fantasy Rebirth, but I think as a RPG, Metaphor is better. But in terms of games of the year, I would vote Final Fantasy VII as a better overall game of the year type game. But we'll get to that later.
I completely agree. Dragon's Dogma 2, from what I've seen, because I watch a couple of streamers, and it seems like the general consensus that people have said for Dragon Dogma 2 is that it's it's fire in the beginning, but then when you get to the next half of the game, it just completely drops and it just becomes ass.
And we have a friend who's played it, and given how much he played it, which wasn't a lot, I don't think it was that good, because if he really liked it, he'd have played the shit a lot.
Yeah, agreed. So, and you know, like Joe said, Elden Ring, I don't necessarily look at it as an RPG either, more so an action RPG, if anything. But I would be lying if I... You know what? Nah.
We'll get into the game of the year. Get into the game of the year.
But I'm choosing Metaphor as well. I enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth as well, but in terms of an RPG, Metaphor. Best action and adventure game. For best action and adventure game, combining combat and traversal and puzzle solving. Ooh. So we got Astrobot by Team Asobi, Prince of Persia, Lost Crown, Ubisoft, Silent Hill, Blooper Team, Konami, Star Wars Outlaws, Massive Entertainment, Ubisoft, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Grezzo, and Nintendo. Boy, this is rough.
So let me go ahead and say this right now. I don't know how half of these even fit in the category. Silent Hill 2, an action adventure game? Like,
yeah.
Like, word? Like,
agreed.
I don't know how that fits in that category. Star Wars Outlaws? Come on now. Like, come on now. That shouldn't even be here. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, action adventure. I can kind of see that. Prince of Persia Lost Crown. I'm glad that's getting some shine, because that was a good game.
It really was. I'm kind of disappointed in myself for not finishing it.
And then there's Astrobot.
So, all right.
I'll let Loaf King speak, because he's played 4 of these 5.
So, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that Silent Hill 2 and Star Wars Outlaws are off the list for me. Just as Magic was saying earlier, Silent Hill 2, it is a good game, but I don't think action adventure when I think Silent Hill 2. I think horror action. Horror, just horror. I guess a little action. Also, it's more action than it was in the past, but in general, horror for Silent Hill 2. So I can't really choose them for that. Star Wars Outlaws, it's had so many issues, and I'm just I didn't even play it, but yeah.
Star Wars Outlaws.
Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. All right, so here's the deal with this. I've been enjoying Echoes of Wisdom, and I can see the adventure and action aspects of it, but for me personally, I feel like there's less action. This is gonna sound weird. I guess when I think action, I feel like it's very direct in terms of how you go about doing things. And so with Echoes of Wisdom, you can have those aspects too, because spoiler alert, you have a sword mode that you could get for Zelda in the game to attack the enemies directly and such. But overall, you're relying on the echoes, which honestly comes across more of a strategy game to me, more than the action aspect. Almost to the same levels I'd say of like Pikmin, where it's like strategy adventure essentially. But if I have to choose between Astrobot and Prince of Persia, I'm gonna give it to Prince of Persia. Astrobot is a great adventure game, but Prince of Persia is a greater action and adventure game to me. And that just comes down to the different moves. I did not finish this game, mind you. I'll go ahead and point that out. I did not finish Prince of Persia Lost Crown. I wouldn't mind going back to finish it, though, with how far I got in it. The gameplay is very tight. The character dialogue is great. And your motive for moving through the game and taking on the actions is just superb. I really do love that game. And I would love to give it as much love as possible with all the shit that Ubisoft has been doing in their company for all this whole time. Astrobot's good too, though. But if we're talking action and adventure, that goes to Prince of Persia for me, straight up.
I will concur and pick Prince of Persia. We'll defer to the loaf. All right, so previous. Best action game. See now, this is where I feel like Elden Ring, if it was going to be somewhere, it could have been in here.
I can agree with that.
As best action for the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. Black Myth Wukong. How the hell is Call of Duty here?
Yeah, it's a lot of weird choices this year for the Game Awards, man.
Black Myth Wukong, Game Size, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Treyarch, Raven, Activision, Xbox, Helldivers 2, Arrowhead Game Studios, Sony Entertainment America. Stellar Blade, Shift Up /SIE, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, Saber Actors Focus Entertainment. All right. For me, the winner is Stellar Blade, and it's not close. I had more fun playing Stellar Blade than I had playing the other four. I didn't play Call of Duty. Actually, I played Call of Duty a little bit with my brother just to shoot him, but I've had more fun playing Stellar Blade and put more time in with Stellar Blade than the other four combined. Black Myth Wukong is a good game. When I first started it not having music, like background music, when I was moving around through the woods and stuff, kind of was jarring, and then it just kind of got old to me as I was playing it. It wasn't really like interesting. Like I lost interest in the game for me.
Bless you.
Helldivers 2, thank you, was good. I enjoyed playing it, but it got old quick. Like it got real repetitive for me. Warhammer I just stopped caring. It just didn't grab me. Like it was fun to do, it was fun to play. It's still just dumb, mindless fun, but I never be like, all right, let's play some Warhammer. That was never my thing. I looked forward to playing Stellar Blade when I got home. So Stellar Blade gets it for me.
I agree, and let me just double down on the Black Myth Wukong. KadreBandit's gonna hate me for this, but fuck this game when it gets to the freaking third area, the ice area. Fuck that part, man. It completely killed the whole game for me. I'm not gonna lie. That's why y'all aren't even seeing any more playthroughs of me playing that game. It completely drained the energy and life out of me playing through that snow area. It was way too long. It was way too many annoying gimmicks that was happening in the game. There's literally a section where you're in the jail. Yeah, I'm spoiling shit. I don't care. There's a point when you're in the jail and you have to walk across this tightrope. There's no type of balancing act or some type of system that you'd probably see in Ninja Gaiden or any type of other game that tries to do the action-based stuff or whatever. There's a tiny little rope that you're running across, and there's enemies shooting at you. And if they shoot at you, the only way to defend is to spin your staff. When you spin your staff, you move. So you move in the direction that you are standing in, and unless you are perfectly in the middle of the rope, positioned on the rope, you can literally spin the staff and fall to your death. And then you have to run all the way back up the tower trying to get across the rope again. Fuck that. That shit is ass. That was my stress about the game. Now, I will say that there are aspects of the game that are cool. I had to get that part out, man. I'm sorry. Because that was my rant for that game. I really didn't like that shit. That shit killed it for me. But the next area is better. I will say that. I just lost my interest at that point. So I'm not really feeling like playing through it anymore. Like it just lost me after that. So that is 1,000% why I'm not choosing Black Myth Wukong for anything.
Oh, God damn.
For anything.
For anything. And with Stellar Blade getting this update with the 2B skin and some other things, you might see Stellar Blade on the channel coming soon.
That's also true. Yeah. Stellar Blade, I loved every aspect of it. Did you finish it, Magic?
Yeah, I wound up finishing it.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the game a lot. The music was also really
Music
good.
was on point.
I won't say it did kind of carry it a bit, but like later on in the game, you get a lot more moves that are a lot more fun to use. And it was a little rough at the beginning for me to get the feel for the mechanics in terms of like the dodging and the parries and stuff. But after a while, I did get it. And once I got it, it felt really good. And I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to another one of them. Warhammer was fun too, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. There's definitely a lot more than just shooting in the game, but at the same time, it's a lot of shooting, and I don't really get a action type of feel necessarily with that alone. I don't know what can be added to make me feel like this is Warhammer is more fitting for best action game. But just like Call of Duty and Helldivers 2, I don't think action game when I see those games. I think more like multiplayer fun. So Stellar Blade is my choice as well. And Black Myth Wukong could go to hell.
All right. Go to hell. All right. So in previous, that's VR/AR. For the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform. Arizona Sunshine Remake, Vertical Games, Escaraz 2, Sanzaru Games, that's Oculus Studios, Batman Arkham Shadow, Camouflage, that's Oculus Studios, Metal, Hellsinger VR, Lab 42 / The Outsider / FunCon, and Metro Awakening Vertical Games. So
let's just choose a game and move on. Because we did play this.
Neither me or Loaf have any VR/AR games.
If I had to choose Batman, that's my choice.
Same Batman, because Batman. Exactly.
I have seen some people play the Batman one, and it did look fun.
One day we might get it, and one day we might not.
Yeah.
But hey, best mobile game. For the best game playable on a mobile device. AFK Journey, Farlight / Little Games, Balatro, Local Thunk / Playstack, Pokemon Trading Card, Game Pocket, Creatures Inc. / TBC, Wuthering Waves, Kuro Games, Zenless Zone Zero, Hoyoverse.
Okay. Well, I have not played 3 of these games, but I could say Wuthering Waves was fun for the little time that I wouldn't tried it out. It's much more fun in my opinion than what's the name of the other one that we played a while back?
That we played?
Yeah, it's Wuthering Waves is similar. It's a little similar to Genshin Impact.
Genshin?
Yeah, it's a little similar to. It's a better Genshin Impact in my opinion. In terms of like the combos you could do and the abilities and such. And environmental travel. I think it's a lot more fun than that. I just don't tend to play these type of games for too long because it's kind of it has that system of you gotta come back later when stuff recharges so you could do more stuff. So that's why I'm not too keen on usually playing these type of games. That said, I am very interested in trying out the Pokemon trading card game, Pocket. I heard a lot of good things about it. I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet. I just haven't gotten around to it, but I'm interested in it because I used to have a lot of Pokemon trading cards back in the day. I didn't know how to play that shit. I just like to collect the cards. And
Same.
This is actually a game I mean, the cards were a game too, but like I'm saying, this is a game as well as collecting cards. So I kind of want to experiment with that, but obviously I can't give my input on it. Zenless Zone Zero, I think that might have some really good combos in that game too. The Amazing Christian Man played it, I think, for a little bit, but
yeah, I believe he played it. I believe Kadre played it. Zenless Zone Zero, I've heard it was pretty good. Hoyoverse normally does things like this. I think they believe they made Genshin Impact as well. Hoyoverse, this is kind of their bag, doing stuff like this. Balatro, I've heard tremendous things about. I've never played it, but
same.
I've heard tremendous things about Balatro.
Didn't Kadre play AFK Journey as well?
I think he got AFK Arena.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know anything about Balatro, and I'm interested because I noticed that, spoiler alert, it's in a lot of categories actually. So I kind of want to check it out and see what's up with it, see what the hype is. But in personal choice of what I am interested in and what I have experienced, I guess I'm gonna choose Wuthering Waves, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of these Balatro and or Pokemon trading card game Pocket won.
Yeah, just off of popularity, or Zenless Zone Zero for that matter, because I know that was popular for a while too.
Yeah. What'd you choose?
I just picked Balatro. But obviously we can change the vote before. So best debut indie, I'll let you read that one.
For best debut game created by new independent studios, we have Animal Well, Shared Memory / Big Mode. That's made from well, I'll get to that. Balatro, Local Thunk, place that. Manor Lords, Savic Magic, Hooded Horse, Pacific Drive, Ironwood Studios / Kelper Interactive, The Plucky Squire, All Possible Futures, Devolver. Okay, so real quick, I don't know about Manor Lords and I don't know about Pacific Drive. Not gonna even bother say anything on those because I literally don't know what they play like, and I haven't even heard anything really about them. So I'm automatically taking those off my list. Animal Well. This was made by content creator team Donkey, and I've played it. It is fun. It is. It's a cool. I'm not gonna say horror. It's a mystery Metroidvania like game.
Thriller.
It could be a little thriller. Maybe I'm just not like easily scared by what they try to do in it, but like it's not.
You like kangaroos.
It's not really meant to, in my opinion, to be scary. I think it's more so meant to be weird and mysterious, and I do like that aspect of it.
I'm gonna say that's right up your alley. Weird and mysterious.
But I do like the game. I haven't finished it yet. I'm close, but I do like the open-ended nature of it as well. Mm-hmm. And I think I can recommend it honestly to a lot of people. The Plucky Squire. So I originally was actually pretty hyped for this game, but when I actually went ahead and like looked at somebody play at least a good hour and a half. Oh shit! all good. This.
Sorry.
Nah, I thought you broke something. Nah, you're good. You're good. It seems very very basic, and I guess I don't know what I necessarily was thinking, but it kind of, from what the best way I can explain it, it really holds your hand a lot more than I thought it would, and I don't know, it's a little bit of a turn off to me. I still haven't played the game obviously myself, so who knows, that could change if I play it for a good while and like, you know, go past what I've seen already. But it definitely doused the interest that I had in the game originally. And Baltro is just, again, I heard good things about it. Want to try it for myself to see what the hype is. But yeah, I'm taking Animal Well.
I'll do the same. Devious. Now just straight up best independent game. Okay. Wow.
We really just did that again.
There goes the different category. They could have had a best game and best new game or best debut game. Well, you know, we're gonna move past. We'll talk about that when we get there. So, best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Animal World, Shared Memory / Big Mode. Elatro, Local Thunk / Playstack. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Simogo / Annapurna Interactive. Neva, Nomada Studio / Devolver. UFO 50, Moss Mouth. I've played none of them.
Alright. Well, I
wanted to play Neva, and I just wind up never doing it. I
was interested in Neva as well, actually.
I actually didn't know it was out. But if it's out, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. I still wouldn't mind giving it a shot. I already spoke my piece about Animal Well, so you know you have the information to go off of that. Never heard of Laura Lee and the Laser Eyes. Not even a word about that I've heard. But UFO 50, I haven't played it, but once again, I've watched people play it, and I think it's a good bang for your buck. Honestly,
just the artwork that I'm seeing now is wild, and I would want to. It makes me want to fucking play it.
Like this, just a whole 50 catalog of games to play on it, and a lot of them are very interesting. Not all of them are winners. I mean, you got 50 games to play through. Obviously, not all of them are going to be perfect, but
you might have to have a stream day where we just play some of these independent games.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Like week or something.
Again, I am interested in Neva, but I didn't play it. But I can speak for UFO 50. Even though I played Animal Well, I think I might actually give it to UFO 50 just on the pure variety of what they have there. But in what I think is going to win, I think it's still going to be Animal Well.
Yeah. I'll vote for UFO 50 because just the concept of what you said it is.
Yeah.
Like
it's really interesting how the different games that they have there is fitting a whole bunch of different genres to try out.
All right. Best community support. Recognize a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates / patches. Baldur's Gate 3, Larian. Final Fantasy 14, Square Enix. Fortnite, Epic Games. Helldivers 2, Arrowhead Game Studios / SIE. No Man's Sky, Hello Games. So we can automatically cut out Helldivers 2. That's not going to win. So it's just like No Man's Sky is in this shit every year. It feels like Fortnite's in it every year. It feels like Final Fantasy 14 is in it every year. They're probably just going to trade the victories.
Yeah.
From year to year to year.
I heard that
Baldur's Gate 3.
Go ahead.
I don't know what they got to do.
I heard that
the community does stuff.
I've heard that they've they started off good, and then in the middle they kind of just dropped the ball, and then like more recently they've like done a lot better listening to the community's complaints and what they want added and such. I don't know.
For 14, there's always something new happening in 14. There's always new shit getting added. Fortnite kind of speaks for itself. There's always new shit for Fortnite. No Man's Sky. They do shit for No Man's Sky.
They do. Final Fantasy 14, I know. I think I can straight up say, even though I don't have a desire to really play it anymore, that really is like a great community. Like, I can't speak for No Man's Sky because that game hurt the hell out of me, and I just...
You just refuse to acknowledge that it's changed.
No, I
It's
do.
changed.
I acknowledge that it's changed. It's just, I don't want to go back. I don't. But
Maybe come back. You can blame it all on me.
I'm just gonna go with Final Fantasy. Fortnite, I know, has gotten like some real huge changes more recently, but if we're talking in terms of constant community up changes and updates and even content, definitely Final Fantasy. I'm
gonna go with No Man's Sky just because I know where it came from. So to see where it is now is just mind-boggling. I'm just not gonna vote for Fortnite because I just won't. It having Fortnite Classic, bringing back the OG Fortnite, is kind of funny because that's when we played it, when it was OG Fortnite. Before was all this other extra shit added in there.
Agreed.
So, and then we got retired by one of our members. That's a story for another day.
We really never went back to it because of that.
We all collectively turned that shit off and never went back to it after that day. Oh my goodness.
Shit is wild.
I'll let you take this one, Shaw.
Best ongoing award to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player's experience over time. Destiny 2, Bungie. Diablo 4, Blizzard, Xbox. Final Fantasy 14, Square Enix. Fortnite, Epic Games. And Helldivers 2, Arrowhead Game Studios.
Is that a tree?
I be growing.
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome. We're actually going through the Game Awards list right now. We're voting on shit.
Yeah.
Wow, the debauchery. Debauchery.
Debauchery.
Quite. Yes, quite indeed. Yes.
Diablo.
I vote for Elden Ring DLC. And I end my conversation.
No. We're gonna have you jump into that conversation when we get there, because you want all the smoke for that conversation. But for best ongoing game, the winner is going to be either Fortnite or Final Fantasy 14. They're in it every goddamn year. So
I'm definitely going to say fuck the Fortnite bucks. I don't care what ninjas you have. I don't care what LeBron or Thanos with the gauntlets and you doing the dances from games and cultures. V-Bucks and culture.
Yes.
Y'all children is dancing over shit y'all don't even know. But it's from
Fortnite. Don't forget, Ice Spice is now
like brother, like when I gave my brother like a $20 gift card for his birthday or something. I forgot why I gave it to him. I gave him $20 gift card. The nigga spent the whole 20 on V-Bucks. I was like, word?
I'm old.
Like, word?
I don't V-Bucks. There are Fortnite dollars.
Oh, they're Fortnite dollars now. They're not just V-Bucks.
No, I'm old and I don't care to give a fuck enough to what to call them precisely. They're Fortnite dollars.
I have little siblings. That's why I know what they're called.
I know, and you can have it, and I don't. So fuck it.
So, agreeing with his sentiments, I would pick Final Fantasy 14.
Actually, but I don't give them Fortnite dollars, so that's why.
I was thinking Final Fantasy 14.
I chose 14.
I can agree that Fortnite it constantly updates shit. All right. So previous games for Impact.
I guess, you would. Technically, Fortnite be updating a hell of a lot than Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy is just so much a better game. Come on, people.
Yeah. Come on now, people now. Yep. Games for Impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Closer the Distance, Osmotic Studios / Skybound Games, Indica, Odd Meter / 11-Bit Studios, Neva, Nomadic Studios / Devolver, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Deck 9 / Square Enix, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Ninja Theory / Xbox Game Studios, Tales of Kinzero Zao, Surgeon Studios / EA. I wanted to play Tales of Kinzero, never got around to it, forgot it even existed. Same thing with Neva. Never cared about Life is Strange. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, I don't know what the fuck it's impacting. I don't know what the pro message it had.
If it was the first game, I would probably have gave it to it for this category.
Like what fucking message did the second one have? I know the first one was mental illness and shit, right?
I mean, she's still schizophrenic as fuck. She's still seeing shit. She's still a crazy bitch. And she's still killing motherfuckers. That's it.
Mental illness still. Gotcha.
Mental illness, but it's about actually to get real, it's about the trauma she had with her father being very controlling and what's the word? She had a very controlling father, and it was domineering. Domineering, and it was the love of her mother that got her out of that trauma from the father that was trying to keep her in this space.
Another video game. Dad bad, mom good.
And the first game did a better job.
Another game for Tyrese. What do you want from me?
Oh, there's Tyrese. Missed that man. Legend. I didn't play the other two games either.
I mean, I didn't play any of these games either. I was gonna try out Senua's Saga's Hellblade 2. I technically did. And
anyone go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I stopped like maybe like 30 minutes in. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but this is not hitting like the first game. And I just lost interest. I can't explain it.
I beat both of them, so I think I have more say.
Okay.
You do.
So with that, I was a fan of the first one. The first one, I feel like it was a very niche demo. Peep fans and liking shit. So if you was with it, you knew what it gave you, in terms of the experience, the story, Senua. It was very more impactful in terms of how it written itself. The second game, lackluster in terms of everything what the first game did. Only thing it didn't do in terms of what it was lackluster was the visuals.
Yes, I agree with that.
That's about it. That's about it. Everything else was. Now, don't get me wrong; those actors who were in it killed it, but it's just the story itself was not as good as the first one. I wasn't in it as much as the first one. I finished it just because I liked the story. The boss battles, they went very more theatrical with the just experience the story, like a Telltale type of game versus gameplay.
Yeah, because I did get to like one boss and I was just like, what is going on? Like, what? Why is there like
the boss is repeated?
Yes. I read that, and now I have confirmation from you that that's the case.
They repeat it.
Yeah,
it's a worse game in terms of if you're a gamer and you're wanting a gamer experience, you're not going to get it as much as the second one. You're just not. You're not going to get that. Now, if you just want visuals and experience of the new generation of polygons.
Well, would you agree that it's like kind of like converted almost to like a walking simulator?
I don't know if you go that far.
Oh no, because that's kind of controversial because if to call it a walking simulator, it's not Death Stranded.
There we go. That's the walking simulator. That's the Amazon
I can 100% agree with that. Yeah, you're right.
It's not that's definitely more of a walking simulator, but the game does have you walking, which I think the game does worse than Death Stranded. It's so linear. Like, think Devil May Cry, but instead of you doing like cool combos and flipping over walls and shit and being a cool ass badass
about your feelings.
You're just talking to yourself about your feelings.
Just going through it.
I'm not crazy, but I am crazy.
Oh man.
Dad's bad, mom good. Gotta kill giants.
So I got no idea who to pick in this category. I'm just gonna pick Tessa Gonzalez because it's got a black guy on the cover.
Get that talking bitch off the list.
I would pick Tessa Gonzalez out.
I played a little bit of Tales of Gonzara, but it was a demo. The demo isn't available anymore though because of the controversy and woke and all that dumb shit. But,
I don't care.
Yeah. Previous.
Yep.
Innovation and accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features and technology and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even a wider audience. So basically, for people that have issues playing certain.
Yeah, so we're not colorblind, we're not deaf. We have no we have all our digits. So we didn't use any accessibility feature in any of these games. So we really couldn't tell you which one did it.
Yeah.
Do you want to play God of War in a wheelchair? I don't care.
I don't know if you need to have an accessibility feature for a motherfucker in a wheelchair.
do your arms not work and you still want to play God of War? I don't care.
That part. I mean, that being said, I heard Diablo 4 had a lot of shit. I can't imagine what the fuck Call of Duty could have. I know Diablo
I mean, I'm sure they have the classic black and white for, colorblind and stuff and all that.
These are for people who are disabled, and we are not them. So,
yeah,
I don't know how we.
I'm still voting for Diablo 4 because of what I heard.
I guess
I'm going on to the next category.
I guess I'll do that too. Like, part of me wants to choose Prince of Persia, but I never messed with those features. So,
all right. So, best performance award to an individual for voice-over acting, motion and / or performance capture. The nominees are Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I'm choosing her.
Anna Tell, Life is Strange Double Exposure. Humberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2. Melina Juergens, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Great to get Ubisoft out of here.
So, Luke Roberts, Melina Juergens, Hannah Tell, they all did phenomenal jobs. I can't speak on Humberly Gonzalez. I didn't watch anything story-wise on Star Wars Outlaws. All I watched was glitches and funny memes and shit.
I mean, she probably did good. That's just the thing. Like, the game was just...
Yeah.
That's on y'all. I mean, I got nothing.
Nah.
I didn't play the game.
It sounded like Joe disappeared. Joe?
Abyss.
Joe, we can't hear you.
Come back. Where are you?
The timing is actually very wild for him to disappear like that. Well, I guess I'll cover for him until he gets back.
Go ahead.
So, I chose Brianna White because it's Aerith.
We can play favorite.
But to be for real for a bit, I think she did a real good job portraying Aerith as how I envisioned her in the original.
She did a real god job, yeah.
And I just loved her performance a lot. How she interacted with Cloud, all the teammates. There's the part when she's going up this mountain and like she's getting like a mountain high, and it was probably like the funniest scene that I've seen someone pull off in a video game in terms of the acting and such. So I definitely would give it to Brianna White, in my opinion. I didn't really pay too much attention to Senua. Would you say Senua was pretty decent in Hellblade 2?
In terms of voice acting, I would give it. I mean,
okay,
definitely over Air for someone who's played it throughout beginning and end.
Mm-hmm.
Not that the gameplay experience was lacking. Anyone who played it can understand. Like the game just kind of was just like missing a lot of aspects of just fun from the first one, and if you thought it was going to build from the first one, and it was going to like catapult from the first one to the second one and do a little bit more, it just didn't. It brought the visuals and did everything else less. But what came with the visuals was the voice acting. So as good as the voice acting was from the first one, the second one was also good. All the actors who was in it was good. I can't say that everyone who took a part in delivering a line was good. It was like, as a movie, it was good. It was just the fact that it was a game that made it suck. That if it was a movie, this would be a different score for that game.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is, it's a fucking game. So that's why you just can't give it the same score. But I would definitely give it for voice acting. I would definitely give it to Senua.
Okay.
For me, I would definitely give it to Senua because like it is a very she put her heart into that role. I really felt for that character as I did for the first one.
The
same thing for the second one. It was just the gameplay that draws you out.
Yeah. I definitely, if I was going off of like the first one alone, I could definitely say that. And if she like really kept that going into the second one as well, then honestly, I'm kind of reconsidering the idea of choosing her over Brianna White. Luke Roberts portrayed James really well. It's a very hard character to portray because James is like a very weird and I don't want to say quiet, but he's a character that really doesn't like showcase too much emotion until like a really critical moment. So like of what I've experienced with Silent Hill 2 remake, I do feel like they did a better job. I think that Luke did a really good job reaching that emotional discomfort that James talking in the game does. And I think he does deserve a reward for that. But at the same time, if I'm comparing him to these actors here, I don't think he had enough to work with to match up to these other people. So he did a great job with the character, James, is what I'm saying. But in terms of what the character is and what they perform, he didn't have a lot to work with to match up to the other levels. Simple as that.
He had potential, but unfortunately, the role wasn't the right one.
The role wasn't big enough to give a better performance.
Overshadow of it.
Yeah. So
So like you're saying like the story itself of Silent Hill, the other supporting cast couldn't bounce off to a certain degree of his.
So I think it's
like the chemistry. You felt that like the chemistry was wrong, so like he couldn't.
No. So what I think Sean means is it's like complete overblowing of the what he means, but it doesn't matter if that guy poured his heart and soul into Guard 14. He only had one line in the movie. He's not getting Actor of the Year.
That is a little blowing it, but I do understand what you're trying to say.
Oh, like, is this not the main character?
No, it is. That's what I was saying. The night thing is. He does talk. It's the way that he
just delivers lines. So
yeah,
saying like
the delivery.
I think it don't talk, bro. The way he said that shit, that nigga don't talk.
It's the delivery. Yes, like he's limited with what he with what lines he speaks out, and
so
like
it's Christian Bale in Love and Thunder. Got you. Let's be honest.
Damn.
Yeah, sure. But
He said, yeah, sure.
I'm being biased though. I'm choosing Brianna White.
I'm gonna choose Senua, the actor for
Man,
Hellblade
White
2.
honestly sounds like a porn star name. It's crazy.
What's going on? Get out of the hub. You in the hub zone. Everything sounds like porn stars. What's going on? You got Starbucks to order coffee, and someone's name comes up, and you like, that sounds like a porn star. I'm like, what?
Bro, you can't tell me.
This is coming from a descendant of Willie Johnson. So
hey, yo, watch your mouth, bro.
The descendant.
Not descendant. Disrespectful.
What's the momentum? Are we going to the next?
I'm a axe Magic.
Is Joe still lost in the shadow realm? Can we pull this nigga out?
It seems like it. Nah, his thing messed up. Like his streaming. Discord. He was in here talking the whole time.
Maybe the storm, because we did have a storm.
I'm looking at him right now. He can't connect to his internet, but he's somehow still streaming.
Yeah. I've run into that issue too with Discord before, so
it could be just Discord servers and not like Twitch. If he's streaming on Twitch.
No, he's physically saying it right now. No internet. Like he's talking. He's
no internet. On YouTube. But he's streaming?
That's what I'm saying. Like he's streaming, but he's streaming his screen and he's like he's trying to connect to YouTube. Like he can't connect to YouTube. Like this happens to me sometimes where it's like the internet connection. I have a connection, so like I'm actually active on the internet, but the connection is so unstable that it won't load anything. Like I have zero bandwidth. Like, oh yeah, you can get online. You can't do shit. Like, oh, okay, cool. And
why you met outside the club? You can't even get in.
Pretty much. Now it crashed because he probably just reset his Wi-Fi.
That's hilarious. Oh no. Above my pay grade. I'm not tech support. I don't know.
I'm gonna wait. Let's see if that fixes it for him. If not, I'll continue.
Well, yeah, elevator music. Elevator music.
I am actually. It's funny that you say that.
Man, how old is that chick on the right? Because she looks way older than whatever you're gonna say.
Or Melina Juergens?
Yeah. Oh, Juergens. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, dang! That was a fast restart.
I didn't restart. I just unplugged the damn router.
You unplugged this entire house.
Right.
Crazy. Well, me and Tall Trees went ahead and gave our opinions
on what
best performance.
Okay, cool.
So you can go ahead and say your piece.
I already did.
Oh,
I did. I'm pretty sure the stream heard me on mine. I just couldn't be in the Discord.
Yeah, I was trying to. That's what I was saying. Like I was listening to you go through the struggles in your stream. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I was watching it the whole time. Like you had internet, but you didn't have internet.
Yeah,
the same shit happens to me. I've done it before.
Yeah, I hate it.
I don't know what causes it, like what it is about it. It just and that hamster just can't run on that wheel. Like, it's so bad.
Not hamster.
Naz actually asked me for my votes for all these things again. We're just gonna do.
It redoes all your sign. For me, it redoes all my sign-ins and shit. So I'm like, oh my fucking god, I gotta do everything all over again. Just gonna go through
this. What the fuck did I pick for that? I picked Counter-Strike for that. What did I pick for this? I picked Queso.
So you basically just made a fucking barn.
Yep.
Zemis.
Yep.
I like this idea. We're gonna convert the house on the base into a barn.
Picked Fallout for that.
Zemis, I'm taking all your ideas. They're so good.
I'm waiting on the next one, Joe. Yeah.
I'm glazing right now.
Do you still want me to just
no glazing?
Start reading it.
Full glazing.
You can go ahead.
Okay.
Glazed donut.
Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design.
Audio design.
We got Astrobot by Team Asobi, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Treyarch, Raven, Activision, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Square Enix, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Ninja Theory.
The music was nice. Okay. Yeah.
And Silent Hill 2, Blooper Team, Konami. So.
That evil ass laugh.
Go ahead.
For me, it's between two games. And I kind of need help from Terrell on this one.
Okay.
Did Hellblade 2 retain the effect that you would normally get with Hellblade 1? And do you feel like it improved off of it when she's hearing voices in her head? Or do you feel it was basically the same? Because if it was basically the same,
easier said. I'm gonna say because I feel like she was more crazier in the first one.
Now this is audio and sound design, not soundtrack.
Yeah,
audio and sound design. So, just by you going off on my experience of the Hellblade game from the first one, more or less.
It doesn't sound like it was too much greater than the original.
It didn't revolutionize what you knew
from the first one. Okay.
From the original. No, it didn't.
Okay.
What you got from the second one, you got from the first one in terms of audio design. Now, Hellblade was cool in the first one. Now, if it did something spectacular with the second one this time, but it just didn't. That's what everyone was waiting for. Everyone got disappointed. Okay. So, but what you got from the first one, you got from the second one. Certain things did not pass over. Like I said, the gameplay kind of was like a little lack. But in terms of audio engineering, that the cool shit with the audio, it's still cool.
Yeah.
But you've experienced it before from the first one. So that's my answer.
I like the money pit.
I gotta give it to Silent Hill 2. I know that sounds crazy, but just off of what I've experienced, even off of yesterday, the range of sound that you hear throughout the game, and I'm not talking about music, I'm talking about like the actual sound effects of just like the ambiance and everything. It's very disturbing, and it's really drilled into you the certain area, the certain areas that you're in, that something is just really not wrong. And I know that sounds like very generic to say, but like I don't know, it really puts you in that zone that you're in, that James is in, and allows you to experience what he's like dealing with in Silent Hill, and
It's immersive.
It's very immersive. Yes, that's like probably the best way I can put it. Constantly, every new area I'm in, I find myself like looking around my shoulder, wondering if like something is in my room. Just hearing the different sound effects in the game, it's very disturbing, and I actually really appreciate it. So, me personally, I would choose Silent Hill 2. It was between Senua Saga Hellblade 2 and Silent Hill 2 for me. Magic?
I just go with Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
I would too, because I feel like it would be unfair to give it to Senua. Even though I didn't play Silent Hill, I did watch some gameplay and it did look good in terms of the audio, the individuals and stuff like that. But like I said, it'd be unfair for me because it was like everything that the second one game in terms of audio, the first one did.
Okay.
So it'd just be a repeat of things you already did before. You didn't reinvent the wheel this time. You just did it again with with better visuals. So yeah, Silent Hill.
Word. All right, so previous in the category. Now this is the one.
Music. Now it's music.
Best score in music for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. Astrobot, Team Asobi / SIE, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Square Enix, Metaphor Refantasio, Studio Zero / Atlas / Sega, Silent Hill 2, Rubber King / Konami, and Stellar Blade, Shift Up.
So we could
SIU.
So we could already take Silent Hill 2 out of this category. I like the game, but it's not really music. You don't look at Silent Hill 2 for the music, really.
Correct.
No, you don't.
So,
okay.
Going back to the other four.
It's just violins and moaning.
Yes. There's like two songs you hear back to back in that game. But go ahead, Magic. You could choose first, and then I'll bounce off.
For me, it's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Okay.
The music in that game was it was great. Very atmospheric. It puts you in the exact mood you need to be in, and the sheer amount of songs that they have in that game, just the sheer quantity. Not to mention, a lot of them are really good. It would win for best score music just for the song "Sing at the Golden Saucer" for me. Just Golden that Saucer. Scene alone.
Okay.
Yeah, the song scene at the Golden Saucer, the song.
Yeah.
Just that scene alone would have it win for me. But then he has all the other tracks that is also with it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And that's not to say that the other game songs been like I really like Stellar Blade soundtrack. It like Sean said, it was one of the best parts of the game was the soundtrack for Stellar Blade. Metaphor Refantasio. Atlas always does a good job with their soundtracks on their games. Always. Astrobot. It's Astrobot. It has good music. It's alright.
You're okay. You don't have to force yourself with Astrobot.
Why is it here?
Look,
I don't know why it's here for best score in music.
So I put Astrobot.
Beep boop bop boop bop.
Astrobot.
No, and what's the song? Beep boop 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 bop.
No, boo 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 bop boo boo bop.
You could feel that Joe is physically sick saying Astrobot. That man got nauseous because of that.
Not at all.
So
what's that?
Play
that song again, boo boo bop.
For Astrobot, I would put it in a similar scenario of what I feel for Metaphor. There are certain songs in there that are earwigs, where it's just stuck in your head because of it just being that catchy, or enjoyable.
Good word
for me
about that expression.
For me, it would definitely be between Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade, man. All right, so Stellar Blade had some really good songs in there, and I still listen to them to this day, of course, and even use it in my little background "Be Right Back" song or "Starting Up Soon" screens and such. I use the songs, That said, Magic brought up a great point that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has so many tracks that you can listen to like back to back, and Stellar Blade literally lose on the fact that it doesn't have as many. Straight up, like it. I think you could probably name like 8 songs from Stellar Blade that you'd really want to like probably listen to, or would even consider a song. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has like probably 30, 40 songs.
Yeah, Joe hit it on the head.
Yeah, because I mean, I will say that they did pull some songs from the last game that came out, but even with that, Rebirth came with like at least another 20 songs. At least another 20, I'd say. And it was great to have the original songs back too. But overall, I would give it to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Metaphor, I love that battle theme. To God, I do. But at the same time,
to God.
At the end of the day, what do I be playing a lot when I have my startup screen? I have that Infinite Blade song that plays. I have so many songs that I play from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and incorporate it into the streams. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So previous categories. I'll let you read this one, boyo.
Best art direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Astrobot, Team Asobi, Black Myth Wukong, Game Science, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree from FromSoft, Bandai Namco, Metaphor ReFantazio, Studio Zero, Atlas Sega, and Neva, Nomada Studio, and Devolver.
Where's the fighter shit, Zemis?
Take Neva off.
Oh, see, that has gangster.
Not saying that it. I mean, we saw some clips, but like we didn't.
If we're going for creative, Neva for Metaphor would definitely be up there. If we're talking about technical achievement, just how good it looks.
This isn't even.
I'm saying take Neva off because we never got to like actually play and see all the different art direction for the.
It's crit.
It's not that it's bad. It's just we can't really put our input like that on there, except off of the tiny clips we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could also take Astrobot off. Astrobot looks really great, but it's also nothing too crazy in terms of design. It's just really good. It's just graphically good looking. That's it.
He said, "Get it all."
Beep boop boop bop boop bop. That's all I gotta say about that shit. Let's continue, man.
There's an art direction. I would give it to Metaphor for art direction. What will probably win is Elden Ring because people have a hard on for Miyazaki artwork.
Hey yo.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I do agree with it not needing to be here. I feel like it's unfair to have it be here off his DLC.
It's not fair because the artwork isn't different from Elden Ring. It's
not. So it's like it's winning the same. It's getting the same accolades as it would from last year at being the same game.
Yeah,
it's like double dipping, just because the DLC should be treated as a
separate.
Even though the DLC is that good, where people are.
We're gonna get into that.
Treating it.
We're gonna get into that. Trust me, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into. But yeah,
you trust me, we gonna get into that.
But
yeah, we can. Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, I'm honestly. Nah, I'm standing on business. Metaphor.
10 toes.
Standing on business.
10 toes.
Metaphor. All right, freeze. Next category. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. You got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Square Enix, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Reader Guy Gotaku Studio / Sega, Metaphor Refantasio, Studio Zero / Atlas / Sega, Senua Saga, Hellblade 2, Ninja 3 / Xbox Game Studios, and Silent Hill 2, Bloober Team / Konami.
It is. You know, I'm mad that Dragon's Dogma didn't get on here at all.
It got on here.
Yeah, it got a category.
Where?
It was
RPG.
Yeah.
Best Okay.
I think it got in another category too. Well, we can look back at it when we're done.
Where was it where it could have been replaced by Astrobot? What the Sony's trying it.
So I think we could all agree narrative Like a Dragon's not gonna fucking win for narrative.
Yeah.
I don't think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will win for narrative either, even though I do like the story. It's not going to win. It's a story that's been told.
They had a blueprint and they changed a few things.
Yeah, it's a story that's been told before, really. So it's not going to win for best narrative.
A little different. I feel
it is a little different. And
there
the way
is
they
merit
did
in
it
the
was
creativity.
great.
Yeah, the execution of telling it a different way, a little bit.
Yeah, it was great, but in my opinion, I don't think it'll win this category.
I feel like it shouldn't, just because it is retelling of something out.
Yeah,
it already existed. So
yeah.
So you would have same thing would apply to Silent Hill 2.
Die from that?
So you would have Metaphor and Senua.
Well,
for me,
I mean, I could be
pay attention.
I'm not trying to speak for you, Terrell, but you kind of gave your opinion on what that Senua Saga not living up to what the original had. In terms of story.
I said what I said. Go ahead.
That's all I have to really say. So take that off the list.
For story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, story is all it's had. So I still wouldn't put it. I still wouldn't give it a reward for it over the other ones.
Take it Metaphor.
Yeah, I'd give it to Metaphor.
There were things that had a good story as well, and also was a good game.
That's the important part, though. The putting out there.
That's it up.
Silent Hill 2 had a good story too, but I don't think you really acknowledge the story until you literally reach the end, and it's kind of something that you kind of have to explore more in order to truly appreciate. But Metaphor, on face value and just what you experience, I think is a much better story than all these. So yeah, Metaphor.
Right. Metaphor. Previous. Boom.
Best game direction.
Best game direction.
I think this one is you, Joe, right?
Did I? Oh, that was my bad. I thought I read best narrative. So best game direction. Award for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. You got Astrobot, Team Asobi /SIE, Balatro, Local Thunk /Playstack, Black Myth Wukong, Game Science, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, FromSoft /Bandai Namco, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Refantasio, Studio Zero /Atlas Sega. So, creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Man, you NASCAR that shit. What did you say so fast?
Metaphor Refantasio, Studio Zero /Atlas Sega. That's what I said for that last one. But yeah. Honestly, for best game direction, creative vision, and innovation in game direction and design, I can see Balatro or Astrobot winning that.
Oh, what you doing to me?
I agree. I was about to say the same thing. I was literally the black sheep right there.
What are you doing?
I could see it winning.
This is just Nintendo with the cardboard. I'm not giving it.
It was creative.
It really was. It really was. Nah, there's a lot of interesting
around your house and think I could use it to.
I wouldn't give it game of the year, but creativity.
I want to take more of these things now.
It was creative.
Do you just see a loose sock in your room and think, hey, I can control that with my game? Now you can.
Creative. That's creative.
There's like a lot of levels that I really did enjoy. There's definitely inspiration that they clearly were taking like from like other platformers, but most platformers do the same thing. Obviously, one of the biggest ones that people keep bringing up is like Super Mario Galaxy. The worlds that they had in that game, you would think that this was like the third game in the series, just playing Astrobot. I liked a lot of the segments where you used the power to shrink. It like literally changed up how you viewed the world and how you traversed through it a lot. Kind of reminds me of It Takes Two a little bit, actually, with the way they used shrinking in that game. But yeah.
Takes Two. Yeah, I did play that game. So if you're saying it's anything like that, yeah, then I'll give it that Astrobot because I did enjoy that game.
Yeah, it really did surprise. I mean, I was one of the few people that was actually looking forward to that game, Astrobot, but I gotta say it surpassed my expectations. So, but
Astrobot.
Astrobot.
And now for the big one, Game of the Year, and this is where we're going to get into our rant about this shit. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Astrobot Team Asobi /SIE, Balatro Local Thuck /Playstack, Black Myth Wukong Game Science, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree From Software /Bandai Namco, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Square Enix, Metaphor ReFantazio Studio Zero /Atlas Sega. Alright, elephant in the room. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree was phenomenal. It was great. It was fantastic. I loved it. It was great. It's not a new game.
Say more.
Like it is not a new game. It is an expansion on an already existing game.
Yes.
Now it is bigger than some of the games on this list.
Yes.
It's longer than some of the games on the list.
Which is sad.
Which is sad. Which is either you look at it as sad or you can look at it as, hey, Miyazaki was doing his shit. So the big controversy is this being in the Game of the Year when it could have been an actual brand new game. For me,
the controversy is give it the space to be appreciated in its
own category.
In its own category. DLCs. If DLCs is going to be this expansive, this much thought put into it, then it needs to be given its own category.
Yeah, like expansion of the year, DLC of the year, DLC / expansion of the year, something like that.
Yeah.
What were they? Destiny, Diablo, and Elden Ring had similar things in terms of expansions that were pretty fucking big, pretty moving in terms of like from the initial game.
Yes, and Elden Ring was better than all of them. We're not debating the quality of it. The quality, it deserves Game of the Year recognition. It's just that it's not a new game.
It's just not a new game. So it's
like kind of spitting in the face of like the other games, even beyond this year from the past, that had some expansion DLC that did really good and people allowed. You mentioned about the Destiny thing, Terrell, but
Destiny expansion never deserved to be in Game of the Year. Let's not so we can spit in that face.
I'm just saying.
I'm just talking, Joe, and just in general in terms of the
all things that came across my head, and they were
because I'm not a fan of Destiny either, but there was clearly a lot of people that enjoyed what they changed with the last DLC that they came out with. But you know,
I'm just saying, like Destiny has pretty big expansions where there's a lot that they're putting in terms of just what you can experience from the initial game. like Elden Ring. So I'm just like as a counterpart. There are that's the only thing I was doing. Like Elden Ring has like a Destiny, Diablo. They have very big expansions where in themselves, in their own merits, are games themselves separate from their initial releases. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, Xenoblade 3's expansion, I loved the hell out of that shit, and they actually did really good as well. Obviously, that's not a game that came out this year, but just an example, like if we pass
devil's advocate though. If you're making a game, you can be game of the year. If you make an expansion or DLC, you can't be game of the year.
I mean, yeah,
that's not playing devil's advocate. But that's what we were saying.
We agree with that. Yeah.
Wow.
The whole conversation was devil's advocate. The whole thing was open up to where it's like, why are these niggas even here?
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate about playing devil's advocate. All right, niggas. Somebody's playing a devil today.
You can be the devil's chauffeur. How about that?
I'll take that.
I mean, he does drive his niece around.
That's true.
Get me out of here, James.
Little demon.
Shit. So what? So what? Are we agreeing on the fact that we don't want to select that one?
I think we all agree that
it shouldn't be
we don't. That while quality-wise it deserves a win, it shouldn't be here based off the spirit of what the award is.
I feel like every gamer around should understand what it means to vote for Elden Ring for Game of the Year just because it's DLC. It causes a standard, and it's a standard we don't want because it's gonna ruin it. It's gonna ruin things of how things are rated. Even though things are how they are, it's kind of wonky as it is. How they rate things.
Yeah, some of these categories that some of these games are in, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
it's already kind of to the shits. It would make it more to shits.
Agreed.
So now, for me, my personal game of the year would be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It was everything I wanted to be. I played the shit out of it. I did everything one could do in a single playthrough. I just didn't go back and do hard because it's a long fucking game. It wasn't no way in hell I was about to do that at that time. Will I go back and do it one day? Maybe if I get a PS5 Pro to see the difference? Yeah, maybe. But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was my personal game of the year. I said it when I finished it. I said it when Black Myth Wukong came out. I said it after Metaphor ReFantazio came out that it was still Final Fantasy VII. I'm sticking with Final Fantasy VII.
That's pretty big.
Careful there. Yeah.
I've been
now. Is it
not good?
Oh, go ahead. No, I would just like because it's. Well, Joe's saying that he's experienced every game. He's experienced the Final Fantasy. He's experienced Wukong. He's experienced Fantagio. Metaphor. And even through all these experiences, he's still coming back to Final Fantasy.
Yes, that's what he's saying.
Even so, so Final Fantasy and Wukong are kind of similar. So, like, what of the two? What did Wukong not do that Final Fantasy is doing for you?
Well,
Closest got me.
Well, for Final Fantasy, one sneeze.
God damn.
Yeah, Lord, yeah, I had to sneeze. But yeah, so for me, Final Fantasy VII, I like the combat system of Final Fantasy VII a little bit more than Wukong. Not to say Wukong's combat system was bad. I just like Final Fantasy VII a little bit more with the parties and the switching and the combo moves and things like that. It seems to be more expressive for me. The music and score for Final Fantasy VII is way better than Wukong, in my opinion. The first thing I said when I started playing Black Myth Wukong was, "Where the fuck is the music?" That's literally what I said. And then because I was more interested in the story. It made me more interested in the story. Like the voice acting was better in my opinion. Everything about it story wise was better for me. But I'm not really like a Wukong mythologist, so it might. So for other people, maybe they like Wukong's story more. For me, it was all
you
about
don't
Final
have to
Fantasy.
be. I mean, as a person who's experienced it with their ears, if the delivery wasn't there, and you said the delivery on Final Fantasy was better, it doesn't. You don't need to know the mythology for delivery. They just delivered. I mean, in terms of the
delivery,
English,
the delivery was definitely better on Final Fantasy VII for me. Definitely. For
acting
sure.
was better. Just overall is what you're saying.
Yep, for sure. Yep.
Sean?
I just know I'm gonna be.
we're gonna take it through this point.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah,
okay.
We know.
So
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Joe, for the weather. Now sports. Sean?
All right. So I enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth a lot. I liked a lot of the changes that they made to it.
Piano. You had the piano. Automatically makes the game of the year.
Did the piano in the first one?
No, the piano where you play songs.
Yeah, you can play songs in the first one.
No, the piano where you actually play on the piano. That was not in the first one.
The piano.
That was the left stick, right stick to do the notes.
Am I thinking about a different game? There was a piano, wasn't it?
Oh.
No, there wasn't one.
No?
That's why I keep saying no.
Pianist.
Right? I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing people. I'm sorry. I'm just wrong.
Yeah.
You should be sorry to be wrong. Stop being wrong.
Wait, when you play... Yeah, but go ahead, Sean.
What the fuck? Was it just dartboard? It was just dartboard?
It was just dartboard, yeah.
Yeah, it was just dart.
So I'm thinking about this shit now. That shit sucks.
So jumping off of that, I thought it was cool how many little mini games they had throughout it. Definitely is what I would expect because I believe Final Fantasy VII had a lot of mini games in it. So I don't remember all of them from the original. I feel like they might have possibly even added a few new ones for all I know. But regardless, they did not all hit, and a number of them were actually kind of annoying to me. Now going back to gameplay though, as a whole, it's definitely an improvement overall. All this in like every way. I like the ability to actually get into the air attacking. I like the team attacks. I love team attacks in video games. Actually, that's like a really big thing for me.
Beat up the enemies with your homies.
Yeah, I love all that stuff. But there was a certain point where it started to drag on a bit too long for me without like anything I felt I was benefiting from, not in terms of gameplay, but in terms of character enhancement. But there's also a lot of areas. I'm not gonna say that there wasn't like great showcase of each character. I actually used to love Aerith the most, but Aerith as my favorite character. But I've actually come to like appreciate her in the same at that same level with Barrett, because Barrett I don't know why, but I didn't really connect too much. You don't
understand the Marco energy that's rushing through this planet. You can't hear it.
It's because the voice acting really does wonders for the game.
It enhances it, like
because Barrett in the original 7 while he was cool. Like you just see him shaking his fucking arms all the time. It was just fucking hilarious.
He was the funniest character.
Yeah, hard to take seriously because
he meant what he said and he meant to be serious, but the way he said it, you was like, "You're hilarious."
Yeah,
and I still liked him for that. But I have a newfound respect for his character.
I feel like if his daughter died in his arms, it would still be funny because of how he talks.
It's kind of sad, but it's true.
God damn.
My daughter is dead. Look at her, dead in my arms. Can you believe this? Can you hear the planet crying?
Cloud.
The Mako energy is leaving her body. Cloud.
But
just the waste.
Man, go ahead and save me a seat in hell, Terrell.
He just stared at the wall, man.
But
hey, she's fictional. I can do this.
If I have to choose, I'm choosing Astrobot.
Let's say if you want that.
For game of the year.
For game of the year, I'm choosing Astrobot. Hold on, look. Listen, hear me out.
Hear me out, right?
The absolute best experience.
This was my best experience. I had
all creative and technical fields.
I had a blast all the way from beginning to end of that game.
Sean,
1,000%. I'm just being completely honest.
Let me ask this question, Sean. Are you saying that this was game of the year because you had the most enjoyment out of it, or because you feel it did all of these things the best overall?
I feel it did all of these things the best.
So it did music the best.
Yes.
It did visuals the best.
Yes.
It did story the best.
Boy, you're on fentanyl.
What the fuck's the story of Astrobot?
You're on fentanyl.
Let me see.
You're on
fentanyl.
What the fuck is the story?
So,
the story
all right. Jokes aside, obviously no. It didn't do that.
No, we don't listen to people like you.
Look,
you're slurping the Diddy juice, bro.
Oh no, Sean, defend yourself.
Oh Lord,
you can't.
I understand. I understand. It's Astrobot. And
you're right.
So look,
I shouldn't disrespect Astro Boy like that. My bad.
Astro Boy is.
Where is Astro Boy now? Astrobot did it's like one of the best AAA 3D platform games that I've seen that reaches Nintendo quality. This is basically what I can see Nintendo achieving if it had the same power.
No. We're not talking about because you a Nintendo. You a Nintendo head. That's why.
Look, all right, but yeah, at the end of the day, this is also my. This is all. All right, sure, okay, but at the end of the day, I felt like I got my justification in buying this game and playing through it to 100%, and it hit all the things that I'm looking for in a game. It was fun all the way through. That's like the biggest thing that I wanted. At the end of the day, with a video game, I want to enjoy it all the way through, and I got that with Astrobot. I'm not saying that these other games aren't greater in other ways, but if we're talking in terms of a balance that it hit and even higher in marks for what I'm looking for, Astrobot hit all those marks for me, and I feel like it's a game that anybody can play and enjoy just going through it.
Well, I'm not 6 years old, and I don't want to play Astrobot.
That's understandable, but if we're talking in terms of the gameplay, it's like one of the most refined games that I played all year.
So I do have a question. With the amount of content you get in all these other games,
I knew you was gonna say something like that. Yes,
that like you get vastly more content out of Final Fantasy, Metaphor, Elden Ring, Black Myth.
But there's a point where
I don't care how good the chicken nuggets are. These can be the best chicken nuggets. They're still chicken nuggets.
Nigga, what?
If it's dragging for me
the game
at that
nuggets.
point, I feel like I have to take some points away at some point.
For? I don't understand the logic.
I can understand that.
With Astrobot, I enjoyed every single thing that I went through and did in the game.
But if you
and it's simple as the story may
there's
be.
fine cuisine and then there's chicken nuggets. Joey, what the fuck are you trying to understand? What the fuck you cannot comprehend?
I can comprehend why you use chicken nuggets, nigga.
There's chicken nuggets that's not seen as a fine cuisine, but people like it.
Then you got to compare it to a fine cuisine. You can't just say chicken nuggets.
What you playing?
Is it? I don't know. Is it chicken nuggets?
What are you playing? What are you playing? Continue playing it.
You said what?
Tell them what you playing, Joey.
Enshrouded.
Play Enshrouded.
Play that.
Ah.
There you go.
I was trying to figure out, is it chicken nuggets or spaghetti?
It ain't Unshrouded.
See how I made a comparison? So you know, like, where it stands?
It's not a fair comparison. You set a video game to a fucking spaghetti and oh, shut up.
I mean, you just compared a video game to chicken nuggets. So we did the same thing.
No, because I had an analogy on it. You just said a video game and then spaghetti.
No, I said, is it chicken nuggets or spaghetti? Like, to you, is it good or is it bad?
I had an analogy that is used towards categorizing things on a standard in terms of fine cuisine and the things that are kind of like fast food. People like fast food, but you wouldn't consider that in terms of on the same tier in terms of fine cuisine. So using chicken nuggets is a analogy that's commonplace in terms of using for people who are trying to get their point across in terms of standardizing things. There's chicken nuggets and then there's fine cuisine. Now, I don't care how good these chicken nuggets are, but it's not a filet mignon.
I'll meet y'all in the middle with this, right? While Astrobot is my game of the year, I can easily see Metaphor or Final Fantasy VII still winning.
No, we're just like your opinion is valid. You can have your opinion. We just
stupid.
I didn't say that. It's just one.
How about you play some more games, man?
Y'all gonna use Zemis. Just one was a 15-hour game. The other one is 40, and that's if you don't do any side stuff.
Exactly. Because Zemis, you don't know. You play chicken nugget games.
He does. He plays old chicken nugget games.
Old chicken nugget games.
Metaphor. Metaphor.
Like, all the games are at least twice the length of Astrobot.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see myself paying 60 for Astrobot and 60 for the rest.
And see, you have to remember, Sean just said that's
just me.
That's a feature, not a bug.
That's just me.
Which kind of makes sense. He does tend to have like 50 games he wants or needs to play, so saying, oh no, I like that this one didn't overstay its welcome, does kind of make sense.
Yeah, it's still valid.
Yep.
Like, I enjoyed all the way through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and because it's longer, it gets the nod for me over the other ones.
And I understand that, more play for your buck. I get that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that all the way through.
I was satisfied all the way through for Astrobot, and I honestly wouldn't mind doing another playthrough of it. I enjoyed it that much. Metaphor ReFantazio, I still haven't like fully played through, but just off of what I've experienced so far, I'm enjoying it, and I could see myself possibly enjoying it more than some of the past RPGs I've even played. But if I'm being honest, with 7, it did drag in a lot of sections for me. I didn't have as much fun in certain sections. That's my honest opinion.
I did feel a little bit of that as well, but part of that was, I think, the difference in the fact that it is a remake like the previous one, you already know the story beats, the primary story beats. You don't know what small changes did they make.
Yeah, and so you look forward to that.
Yeah, but because of that, you also have the timing problem of, okay, this is effectively an open world game, which generally takes a long time to get through the open world portion to the next story phase. And so it's going to, if you allow yourself to, oh, what's that shiny thing over there? You're going to take forever to get to anything. Like
you get to the meat and gristle, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you saying that of the unlikeliness that the full experience would be had because of the unlikeliness of someone to be able to finish the overall experience, the game should be rated I guess like differently because of that?
I wouldn't say it should be rated differently. I'm more saying I can see somebody who's played the original one or who knows the whole full story of the original saying it's taking too long for the payoff of minor story changes because of the structure of the game. The first remake didn't have the open world, so it didn't slow down the game as much.
I thought this was way better than the first remake.
And see, I actually enjoyed the first one more because I was primarily playing it for story.
We're talking about Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the game was built to be more linear in the beginning because it's supposed to like kind of.
Yeah, you're in the slums.
You're in the city, and once you get out of the city, there's the world. Sense. That's what happens in the. My bad. So we're not over talking. Go ahead. My bad.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's how the original was.
It didn't make sense. I'm saying they made the right decisions with what they had.
Yeah.
But it was still flawed because of what they had to do.
That's always just one of the things with open world games. It's just the abundance of shit to do.
I mean, with more factors, there's more things that can go wrong.
Yeah,
but I think they did a good job with the shit you could do in open world. Because, like I said, I did everything.
Yeah,
I think they did a good job of you. It didn't, unless other than the OCD, like in me, you didn't have to do everything. You could just choose to do.
Yeah, you could just do the story shit. You could just do story shit.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the same kind of idea I honestly had with Ghost of Tsushima. I thought it was an excellent, incredible game, highly polished for the most part, but I didn't enjoy it. There had been so many open world games, and the way the game was presented to me, it kind of was, you're a samurai and expected to fight in a specific manner, and that just didn't fit. I couldn't be a mage, as Joe would put it.
I
mean, you're fucking.
It's a joke.
It's an inside joke. It's the running joke.
All right, I wasn't aware.
If Zemis can't be a mage, then he's out.
I get it. Never mind.
If I can't use range, then I don't want it.
Hearing it, it was like.
Yeah, I know, hearing it, right?
But I get it.
But
now,
just like your pick for Astro Bot, that is your pick. You have your reasons for it, and they're solid for the reasons why you like it.
Now, to be real, we just put the personal issue with Elden Ring being in it aside. I'd vote for it.
As much pain as it brought me, actually, nah. I would still give it a Rebirth. Matter of fact,
yep.
I think that Metaphor's gonna win.
I don't think it would win Game of the Year.
But if if I was choosing between Elden Ring and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I would choose Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Well, folks, those were our Game Award votes. Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if Loaf's going to make this into a YouTube video or not.
I will.
So I'll do my sign off for this. I am the Magic Man. Come on, rate, comment, subscribe. Make sure you drop a like, you drop a follow, all those good jazz. Hit that noti bell so you can get more great video content. And now go to the Loaf King for his sign off.
I mean, you kind of already said it. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell for more notifications. Consider checking out our podcast, The Lunch Table. It's available on Spotify, as well as the video versions are on YouTube. And if you're interested in joining the Discord, it's free to join. Community is pretty active for the most part, especially the members of the Lunchbox. So yeah, I think you're in for a good time if you check it out. But
check it out.
That's gonna be it for this video. So if you enjoyed it, I hope you did. Never forget to stay luncheon.
If you enjoyed it, I hope you did.
I hope you did. And I'm paltry. I don't like nuggets.
Yeah.